Now you know, I could not make a video called The Definition of a Strong Black Woman without touching bases on the definition of a strong black man. Me, I'm very biased. I believe that it takes two. And I believe that neither or are in fault, but are in fault together. If a basketball team loses a game, then everybody on the team loses. So it doesn't really matter whose fault it was. So let me start this video, the definition of a strong black man. Now, we have some men out there, and you know who you are, so we don't have to point you out. There's some men out there that's not taking care of their responsibilities. There's some brothers out there that are walking out on families. There's some brothers that's walking out on their daughters, and there's some brothers that's walking out on their sons. Now, we know these are things that men don't do. Now, speaking to my brothers, and speaking from my point of view of being raised by a single mom, and then having my mom pass and being raised by a single grandmother. So I can relate to the situation. Having a father is very important. It's very important in the upbringing of a son, and most definitely important in the upbringing of a young lady. Now, even if the relationship doesn't work out, you still have the responsibility of being in those kids' lives. Now, I grew up as a man also, and I've had my period. I grew up like most men, being around their friends, being told that you should have more than one woman, being told that you really don't have to be in your kids' lives. Forget her. She's just a thorn in your back. See, a lot of my friends fit this category, and there was a lot of my friends that didn't. And I'm thankful that I ended up having friends that gave me a balance. So I was able to see how some of my friends were and how some of my other friends were. Some of them were very responsible. Even if they was no longer with the mother of the child, they still was in their kids' lives. They still was very involved in their children's lives. But there were some friends I had that were not. And those are the ones that I'm speaking about now. I'm speaking about the brothers that walked out on the family. I'm speaking about the ones that don't know what the definition of a man is. How could you not take care of your seed? How could you not take care of your blood? How could you be on the other side of the world knowing that somebody's walking around with your blood inside of them and they are in need of your presence? How could you go to sleep at night knowing that there is 5 children that haven't seen you in 7 years? How could you sleep knowing this? See, the definition of a man is a man that holds down his family. The definition of a man is me. Because see, I am no longer in a relationship with the mother of my children, but best believe those kids know me, they're taken care of, and me and their mother have a beautiful relationship. I made sure of that. And I told her, if we ever separate, make sure that we keep our relationship respectful. Make sure that we both walk out of this situation as adults. And if you do that for me, I will make sure that I will be there for the kids. I will buy them what they need. I will help you financially. I will do what a man is supposed to do. And that is to support his children. Anything other than that is not manhood. And this is coming from a man. Now, we all had those days when we wanted to be so-called the man. We all had those days when we wanted to go out and adventure and live the life that all the lying friends of ours would tell us. That this was the life, that the Mac life was the life, that being a player was the life. Are you telling me that the injunction of being a player is more important than the children that we need to raise? And I'm asking this question to all the irresponsible black men. Are you telling me that the persona of us being players, the persona of us being thugs, and the persona of us being gigolos, or whatever you want to call it, is more important than us raising our children? Because I have seen some of my friends put this lifestyle before their children. They put the Mac life before their children. They got money, they got cars, they got jewelry, they got all these beautiful women, but they have no relationship with their children. That is just sad. So all I'm saying is, my irresponsible black men, I'm not talking about the responsible ones. I'm not talking about the single black men that are raising children too. I'm not talking about the responsible black men that make sure that their kids are financially taken care of. I am not talking about you. Big ups to the brother that's out there taking care of their children. But to you irresponsible brothers, let's get it right. Let's start being in our children's lives. Let's start supporting that woman even though you're not with her, because she is raising your children. It should be your best interest that she is taken care of because she is raising your children. When you're not around, she is the one that's nursing your child. When you're not around, she is the one that is teaching your child. You're supposed to have a hand inside of that. You're supposed to be involved in that process. So my definition of a strong black man is a man that take care of his business, a man that take care of his children, and a man that refuse to be anything other than a man. And that's all it takes. Just the decision to say, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to do what a man is supposed to do. And I'm going to take care of my responsibilities. Peace, like, subscribe.